I want to talk about hockey for a minute.
Sure.
Because you know hockey, and I know hockey. I love hockey. I never thought I would say that, but I have a hockey kid. I cannot, and okay, you have a lot of background on this, and I swear to God, Joe, you need to be like, you need to be. I don't know why the WNBA hasn't hired you like full time, because I just feel like your knowledge and expertise and your historical understanding is really important and could add a lot of value to these conversations. Anyway, that being said, back to hockey. So, hockey. I am a multiracial Black woman. My sons, all three of them, are mixed race as well. And my son, who's a hockey player, is brown. And everywhere I go, every place, every game, every event, like he's literally almost always the only one. And there are never any Black women where I'm going. I went to a hockey game a couple weeks ago, and it looked like Madison Square Garden, this last election. I mean, I was the only Black person there, except for the people that were security guards and food workers. What is happening in hockey? Why is this happening from your perspective? And I've talked to a lot of people about this. I'm looking for your opinion on why is this sport so white, and why is it so hard to get people of color in the sport? I mean, look, Snoop Dogg was trying to buy a hockey team, and he's trying, he was wearing hockey jerseys on his hip hop videos. He talks about this all the time. He wants Black people to see they have a chance in hockey. There's other sports than this. And this is the same thing that I was talking about in New York. It's like every tall kid doesn't want to play basketball. A lot of tall kids, they love volleyball. They're obsessed. And it's like a huge thing. So what's going on in hockey? Like, what can we do to fix this?
Number one, super expensive. Hard to get people to get in on the bottom line. Culturally, hockey is the official sport of Canada, not the official sport of the United States. I think it just takes a lot to get people involved because it takes a lot of time. It is really the only sport when you think about it. You need ice in a building to go play. You don't need ice in a building to go play basketball, football, lacrosse, soccer, chess. It doesn't matter. You're limited by the amount of little sheets that are in a specific area, and it's just much, much more difficult to do. Now, I have two friends who have adopted mixed race kids who have kids who are hockey players because they love to play hockey, but they were exposed, high net worth people exposed them to it at a young age, and that's how it played. So again, it's just a cultural thing. I mean, I don't know how you change that when the money and kind of the environment around it. I think the NHL loves having multicultural programs. They have tons of street hockey programs. They hope that leads to a bigger pipeline. It takes a tremendous amount of time to get there.
That's a narrative I hear. It's a narrative. I hear the same. Golf. I know. I hear the same narrative. Narrative, and I'm waiting to hear a narrative that's, that is counterintuitive, or divergent. And I'm not hearing one.
But same thing in golf. You need a lot of money to get invested in golf, even though arguably the greatest golfer of all time, African American, brought up by his father. His father and his mother trained him to be there. His son is now a good golfer, Tiger Woods. But it just takes a lot of time. And sometimes, there may be people sitting around, well, why can't I get that opportunity somewhere else? Because this is something that I love. I don't think it's any really different in any other area, music, the arts, science. You'll find the outliers, but it's just hard to break through in anything that we do. I mean, but that's the challenge. We love hard things to do sometimes. That's the most important thing we can do.
Yeah. I mean, listen, hockey is a true meritocracy. I mean, you really got to be good. I don't know. Like, I feel that my son, Trace, who's varsity for Loyola Academy, he's one of their best players. And it's not easy being one of your best players, being one of the best and playing that hard of a sport. It's violent, it's painful, and there is a lot of travel. So I understand, like, from a Black mom perspective, that the commitment it would take for a Black mom to ensure that their kid is at all the hockey games, stays at the games, is always on the road, travels, and in the high net worth rooms that you're talking about. I mean, it takes a lot of emotional stamina as a Black woman to be in those rooms and stand with your back straight and manage and navigate those environments. I mean, I'm coming from a business place, so for me, it's not I don't have any hesitation to this. But there's a lot of pressure, and I really do wish that the NHL could 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 do more. I think there are some teams that are doing more, and of course, being from Chicago, I think the Chicago Blackhawks, led by Danny Wirtz, he's a fourth generation Chicago Blackhawks owner and Breakthrough Beverage. I think he's doing a lot of work, not only in the community, but he's also doing a lot of work even in his corporate staff that's running the team. You know, he's doing a lot there in terms of diversity, and it's not because of any DEI initiatives or requirements. It's really because he knows it's the right thing to do, and I respect him so much for the work I'm seeing him do here in the state.